Hello everybody and welcome back to another reading of The Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia. Okay, so guess what I did? I went through my settings and my capture card and I found out that my video quality output was when recording was only working on medium. So this is going to be a nice little experiment to see how... I put it on high. There is a best setting, but I don't want to overdo it with my capture card. So yeah, this is gonna be a nice little test run to see how well things look. So here's how it's gonna work out. We're gonna start on page 20, of course. Today we're going to be reading. I'm sorry, let me just take a look at the table of contents. Today we're gonna be reading page 20 to page 40. I know it's a lot, but I'm gonna try to do between parts of the table of contents. I'm sorry I can't show you it. I can't record things off my gamepad. I don't even know how people do it, to be honest. And if I found out I couldn't afford it anyway. I'm not going to do 20 pages each time, but I'm going to get a nice chunk of the things out of the way. So today we're going to start off with Skylift, Islands of the Sky. Before I begin though, I know I'm chewing your ear off. I said last episode that I wanted to show you guys, I wanted to tell you guys where the Link Between Worlds sets in the timeline. I decided not to do that here. I decided when the time comes is when I'll bring up I will bring up Link Between Worlds. Until then, let us get started. I realize that there is some issues with the aspect ratio. For some reason, I do have my capture card, because the Wii U is the only thing I can do this with my capture card. I do have the screen set to 16 whatever it is, but for some reason the Hyrule Historia only comes in 4:3. I guess that's to make it look more like a book. I don't know, but I'm going to be reading this off the gamepad. I want to do a little experiment to see if that'll help with the help you guys see what's going on. I really hope the picture quality looks a lot better. It really does, and I can't wait to do a Let's Play video on this to really see if I made a great improvement. I can't believe I feel so stupid that I was working on medium quality. So I hope a lot of people who watch my content are watching this too for this little sub announcement, you know, this pseudo announcement, if you will. But yeah, let me just reiterate, I am going to be reading this off I feel more confident with this video quality, so I'm going to be reading this off the gamepad, because I want to make sure every word is seen. I know it's not that big a deal, because I'm reading it anyway, but just let me be a little anal, let me be honest. Okay, now after 3.5 minutes of chewing your ear off, Skyloft and the Islands in the Sky. All human beings live on floating islands in the sky. These islands are so high in the air that the only birds that can reach them are loftwings. Their isolation allows the humans to worship their goddess and live in peace. Having Skyloft floating in the air was such a fantastical idea that we didn't try to design the city realistically. The shading and ornamentation on the buildings were designed and created based on the keywords sky, wind, and peace. Also, given the incredible altitude of the sky world, loftwings are the only birds that exist here. That's why it is surprising to humans to see smaller birds on the surface. Hisada, designer. Yeah, we got this is a very beautiful scenery, Skyloft. I haven't gotten that super far in the Skyward Sword yet. I am enjoying it. I'm one of the weird people that like the motion control peripheral. But yeah, smaller islands are connected to Skyloft by narrow bridges, and the difference in elevation between the islands can be rather extreme. So there were a lot of drafts in Skyloft's design. In the design on the far left, you can see the structure similar to the castle. Yes, indeed you can. Here's some of the things, the townscape. Very nice. This is what I really wanted to do the digital version for. Finally, you guys can get a more up-close and personal look at how beautiful they did to put this game together. Okay. The Knight Academy. Yeah, look at that. And what I like is it does explain why why it's so popular for Link to wear his uniform, the clothes he wears in every game. It is because in the beginning, which is Skyward Sword, that clothing was the uniform for this academy. Night Academy. We were thinking about making a tutorial for the game, which later became the Link Ceremony section. We wanted to create 3 rivals for Link. They eventually became the gang of 3 bullies, and that then expanded the idea of a school. Gaipora, excuse me if I'm not pronouncing that right, is the wisest, most knowledgeable person in Skyloft. So naturally we made him the headmaster of the academy. Iwamoto, planner. Kaniku, designer. I apologize if I am mispronouncing this. Here's some headmaster's final version designs and drawing. Some concept ideas. Let's see. Dormitory house mother. Doesn't look like much like a woman to me. Apron strings behind her neck. She prefers to go barefoot, but her ankles keep her getting cold, so she keeps them wrapped. Oh, it's those little things in life, little details. Henya, final version, island resident number 4, little old lady who is kind to the dormitory students, sister of a student's grandmother. She thinks the students are cute, so she makes a point by swinging by the dormitory on her daily walk, checking on them. And we have some more characters around Skyloft, the dormitory house mother. In the beginning, it was decided that all the residents of Skyloft would be modeled after birds. That's where the idea to give Henya a rooster's body came from. Groos's pointy hairstyle was inspired by the rooster's comb. Ulan and Horal's designs were based on the Ridu tribe from the Wind Waker, Hirono, designer. And I love the Wind Waker, so I like how much you can tell a lot was inspired from that. Oh, here we go. The hand in the toilet from Oracle of Ages. I need paper. It has been said that I like these little parts on the bottom. Gives you a cool little hints and tidbits on what Nintendo wants you to think about. Little things to wrap your mind around. It has been said that if you listen closely to the door in the Night Academy at night, you can hear a woman calling, "I need paper." A similar story also plays out in Majora's Mask and Oracle of Ages, and you may have its roots in traditional ghost stories. Students at the Night Academy. This guy's a jerk. Okay, Groose, final version. There's a soldier, Groose, yeah. Colin and Stritch, final versions. He may look a little rough around the edges, but Groose engineered a massive railed weapon that was instrumental in helping Link defeat the imprisoned and defend the sealed temple. Groose has a lot of training equipment in his room, and I think he's probably a hard-working and surprisingly skilled kid. He also acts like the leader of the kids in the dormitory, and has invaded Colin and Stritch's room. Hirono, designer. So yeah, it's just some students here. Variety of students, all wearing Link's uniform. There was different levels. I think green was supposed to be a close to graduation level. Don't quote me on that. Here's the yellow. I think that means you're a senior, because I know Link knew a senior, and he was one. He was cool. This upperclassman. Yeah, I think green's a lowerclassman then. Yeah, got some screenshots. Sparring hall looks very cool. I like the sparring hall section. It's really nice. Ocarina of Time 3D's Sheikah Stone and Gossip Stone. One of the Sheikah Stones lives between the Sparring Hall and the Night Academy. He is easy to dismiss, but his hints are very valuable. The Gossip Stones that dot the surface world hold rare information, just like an Ocarina of Time. They also are a lot easier to use in Skyward Sword. I'm not going to read through every one of these little cue cards. They are very interesting to read, so I will keep some time. I will make sure it's not there for a fraction of a second. So if you want to pause the video and watch it, regarding how well this works on YouTube, this is why I'm so anal about the. This is why I've been so anal about the picture quality. But I think it looks really good. Yeah, this is about the shopping mall area, which I like. The bazaar. I like the bazaar concept in Skyward Sword because it's a really great place to go all at once. It's not uncommon to Zelda games, but I think this one did it the best, in my opinion. When the player returns to Skyloft after an adventure and prepares for the next one, it's inconvenient if all the shops are in different locations. See? I told you it's the best. My opinion. So we decided to design a centralized town market model. Did you notice the different music in each shop? Fujibayashi, director, Hisada, designer. Yeah. And I got our different people who sell you cool stuff. There were funny ideas like making deals to stir up business at the fortune teller shop behind the gear shop, or making characters related. I especially attracted the weapon shop, the blacksmith, and the scrap shop. Oyama, designer. Look at all this stuff. This is cool. This is cool. This is cool. This guy over here kind of looks like the poor guy who became rich from Wind Waker. And yeah, you can tell there's a lot of Wind Waker inspired designs, especially based on the artwork, the drawings here, the artwork. Yeah. Lots of cool stuff in the Hyrule Historia. Just jam-packed with cool stuff. The potion shop's actually really fun in Skyward Sword. I really like that one. Originally, we were going to have one shopkeeper in each shop. We hadn't decided on the details for the potion shopkeeper and the item check keeper, so we asked for sketches from 5 different designers, and we discussed them. We expanded on the best ideas and fleshed out the characters. There were so many times I thought, if we don't use this, it will be a real waste. So we were able to work out some of those characters. We were able to work out so some of those characters were used in other places. Yeah. Yep. Yep-a-rooney. Let's get to that bottom section later. I'll show you guys all the cool cue cards. Yeah, I like how in the notes they give a little personality to it. You know, like, try to make the character more than just a still image on it to show them how they're going to program the model. You know, maybe give them a facial expression, or just yeah, or just give them something that'll define them. NPCs are people too. Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker's Salvatore. Shopkeepers with unique personalities. Ah, we were just talking about this. There are many unique shopkeepers throughout the Zelda series. Maybe this, or because over the years, an incredible volume of ideas have developed for the various games in the series. Gear Shopkeeper's Mother, Gazelle, final version. Residents of Skyloft. Lots of cool ones. Make sure this is nice and up close so you guys can read. Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, if there's anything you really are interested in seeing, I don't think this is all very dire to the book. This is not the text-heavy section of the book. But when we get to the timeline, which I'm sure you guys are really interested in, that's when things get more text-heavy. And this is gonna be more text-heavy than the end of the book, though, where we look at some concept art and whatnot. This is like a mixture between the next chapter, the next part of the book, which is the timeline, and the next part of the book after the timeline, which is the creative footprints. This is a combination of the two, which I like how the book was organized. I think I mentioned that before. I like how they start with Skyward Sword, because it begins the whole timeline, the series, within its universe. And I also like how they combine the two elements of the next two parts. So you're never surprised in what happens. Gacelle's cart and Greba's basket appear early in the game when their two are talking on the bridge. We showed these normal, middle-aged women going about their business in a sense of daily life in Skyloft. Hirono, designer. And yeah, look at all these people. Yeah, it's not apparent in the models, but when you see these drawings, it does remind me a lot of Wind Waker. And I wouldn't be surprised, since Twilight Princess looks very different than a lot of other games, because it's going for that dark motif. But now that with Skyward Sword, they're back to that light-hearted, colorful technique. I'm not surprised they wouldn't go for more of a Wind Waker type look. But yeah, you know. The Rescue Knights, they're funny dudes. Yeah. How cool is that? How cool is that? People of Skyloft unused. Ooh, insider information. We thought the cleaner was really cool and impressive, and wanted to use him in a sub-event. The way things worked out, he didn't appear, but the core material of the cleaner character shows up somewhere else. Hirono, designer. This guy kind of reminds me of Tingle a little bit, which I'm kind of glad they ditched Tingle, but at the same time, I get such a nostalgic feeling when I see the poor chap. Gives me my English words. Boy loves rabbits. New pop idol. Here's this guy, Tingle dude. I wouldn't be surprised if there's plenty of characters based off of Tingle. Tingle was their dude. But, oh, well, speaking of which, but you never see the guy again after that Rupee game he had. I forgot what it was called. It was a Japan-only release. I think it was called Tingle's Rupee Round, something like that. It was a rated T game, so that should just say it all. The pool of characters in the Zelda games are incredibly deep. They leave an impression, probably because each character has many layers that can be even seen even in the unused characters. The famous Tingle may have been born from one of these unused backup characters. This guy right here, this guy too. Next page is the design for the goddess statue on Skyloft. Very nice. I understand that the sketches, though in background white, will be hard to read. Statue of the goddess. Goddess worship is a pervasive element in the religion in Skyloft, especially the customs associated with it. The statue of the goddess transcends more religious symbol and has become a special attraction and point of interest. Agreed. It is a landmark that can be seen from anywhere in the city. The interior, unlike the city around it, uses more straight lines and angles, and, coupled with the monochrome coloring, gives the impression of permanence and inflexibility. Fujibayashi, director, Hisada, designer. Yeah, you got like these little quotes. Got some nice panels. They show you a little more in depth here. Yeah. In case you're wondering, because I admit it looks a little suspicious. I didn't read this ahead, and I really wanted to make this my legitimate second read-through, because my first read-through was when I read the hard copy on my YouTube channel. Now this is my literal second read-through, and the thing about a second read-through is, once you know what to expect in a book, you can really delve into it a little more. You can really turn some stones. And I haven't read this in a year, so that maybe subconsciously I'm just predicting these, but I promise you they were just coincidences. This is a fresh read-through. When you guys are reading this, I am reading this as well. And hey, is this your second read-through with me too? I'm honored. Yeah, I've got some characters here. Couple designs for bamboo cutting swords, the Peter sword, people of the Sky Islands. I couldn't have the screenshots. That guy in the screenshot right there in the center screen, a little to the right, looks just like that guy from Wind Waker. I know I keep mentioning Wind Waker. You know who I'm talking about. You go on the boat, he has a shop. Thank you, that guy. I like him. I never learned his name. Someone wants to put that in the comments. That'd be cool. An artistic rendering of a valley in legendary floating islands. The islands reminiscent. The islands are reminiscent of mountains, standing at different altitudes. At the top, the birds of legends, which many seek as they set upon their ascent. Concept image. That looks very beautiful. Okay, let's take a look. The Pumpkin Landing. Interesting. Yeah, Pumpkin Landing customers. Oh, I see you. Yes, indeed. Pumpkin Landing. Look at these people. Ringers are tiny animals that gather around a Link if he skydives from a high altitude above Pumpkin Landing. Yeah, that's nice. It's quicker to scroll if I do it that way. I'm sorry if it's a little jarring if I keep zooming it out like that. Yeah. The Keep final version. And yeah, all this cool stuff. Actually, showing you guys the pages does make this project a little faster, which I like. Because sometimes I will admit my first read-through dragged out a little bit sometimes when I rewatched them. Since the theme of this game is the sky, the main featured animal is the bird. We decided not to have group ground animals like cows appear. Because of that, pumpkin soup isn't made with milk. Pumpkins are a staple of the diet of the people who live in the sky, and they all love it. Kina, the face of the lumpy pumpkin, has become an idol of sorts. She has some very surprising fans, and it seems like some fans would like to keep their fandom secret. Iwamoto, producer, Hirono, designer. Yes, the unused milk bar, I guess because there is no sense to because they just mentioned that they don't put cows up there. And milk is a very prevalent part of the Zelda series. And I love getting a half off in Link Between Worlds. It's really nice of the shopkeeper to do. I mean, I did do him a favor and all, but you know, here's a whale with legs with hair and a beard. That's cool. Inside the Thunderhead. Yeah. Big dude, ain't he? Got some nice screenshots. I like when they do the screenshots. It's a little hard. That's kind of hard to see. But it's just describing the types of concept ideas he was. The original concept was a boss fight while riding a Loftwing. After Link's fights Bilokite, again, I'm going to keep saying this the whole read through. I apologize if I mispronounce anything. While riding the Loftwing, we decided that during the second part of the fight, Link would get off his bird and do the dirty work with his sword. Fujibayashi, director. And yeah, cool stuff, cool stuff. Jaboon from Wind Waker. Spirits with large bodies. Throughout the titles, spirit creatures like Levias appear many times. Many creatures like Lord Jabu Jabu and Ocarina of Time are based on sea animals. And next time, people, we will continue with by reading the Sealed Grounds. So, thank you guys very much once again for joining me on the Hyrule Historia. I look forward to meeting you guys on page 40. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. I hope everything worked out just fine. I'm just working on this as it goes. This video also served as a good test after I dug through my settings a little bit. I hope you guys can give me your feedback. I always appreciate that. And I know I don't say this enough. I really should, but I always leave for like 90% of my videos. You will see links to my Facebook and Twitter if you guys wish to contact me or talk to me a little more, or just follow my tweets or whatever. My Facebook page always is one of the best places to see when I upload stuff, because it is very random, I will admit. And yeah, all I can say is thank you all so much for watching. Yeah, I guess it's watching, even though you're hearing me read this. I've been Billy, your video game analyzer. Have a good day, good night, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you next time.